So 4 weeks ago yesterday, we got some test results, but usually these kind of videos you're talking about a positive pregnancy result, which is not what we have. No. Unfortunately, we tested positive for the thing that's been going around, COVID-19, or as we like to call it, the vid. The vid. And Sunday, right? So timeline, it was Sunday, we hung out with family. Everything was fine. Always maintaining the protocols, wearing the mask, doing the hand washing and the sanitizing, and then went home Monday. Everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, it was weird because both of us on Tuesday morning, it just was all of a sudden, it was just really hard to get up, right? Do you remember that? And then we were like, okay, whatever. We're just really super tired. But that's weird because it was like uncommon, right? It was like we just had, Monday was just another relaxing day. And then we went to bed as usual, like 9 or 10 o'clock. And then Tuesday, super hard to get up. Yoda. And then we went to work, right? And then on Wednesday, I started feeling like masuk angin, if you guys know.
Enter wind.
Enter wind. Body not delicious, yeah. So I thought it's just like the normal Indonesian thing, masuk angin. So I thought it's fine. And then Thursday, I called my family to ask how are they doing, and apparently all of them has been sick as well.
Yeah. Your dad's wife was incredibly sick on Monday, right?
Yeah, apparently she was sick from Monday.
Yeah.
But we only felt it from Tuesday. Yeah.
And what we felt was just tired.
Yeah.
Right? You especially, you were just like super tired.
Yeah, just super tired.
And then like we kind of, I remember, was it Tuesday or Wednesday night? We kind of joked about it. Like I woke up in the middle of the night at like 3, and I went to the fridge and I just, I drank orange juice right out of the box, right? And I was like, nope, I can still taste. I'm good. And then I went back to bed, right?
Yep. So on Thursday, after I checked on them, apparently all of them were sick, and they got tested on that day as well, later on in the day, and they're all positive.
Yeah. And once we got that, we were like, well,
okay,
right? And at this point, Thursday, you didn't even go to work because you just were not feeling good.
Thursday, no, I didn't go to work because at that point of time, I really feel like, okay, this is not just enter win.
Yeah.
This is not just enter win. It's more than that. So yeah, we just stayed at home
on Thursday and Friday, and then we're just like, hey, if they tested positive.
When did we get a test?
We got a test on Friday because we were like, hey, if they tested positive, then we probably should too.
Yeah.
And if I remember on that drive to the test center, we're just like, well, if we get it, we get it, right?
Yeah.
And we went there on Friday. We got tested at a center. Really easy and quick. And I was actually, no, I wasn't easy. I lied. It was really scary for me. This would have been my first PCR test.
I have your video if you want to show everyone.
Maybe we'll show the video. Oh, shoot, you do have that video.
I have the video.
It was just not a good time because they're gonna. I mean, we've heard stories about this. We've heard of like people like getting nosebleeds, and like you did it once. You got a headache from it, right?
No, for me it was fine because it's just like, I don't know, maybe because you're not relaxed.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was super not relaxed because I'm not even a needles guy. Okay, so anyways, Friday we got the test. Went back home. We were just like, well, here we go. We're gonna wait now. And then it was Friday, 11:55 p.m. They sent us the results on the same day, and there it is, the positive test, right? And it's actually like a really bad because so for those of you who have known about these tests, there's something called a CT value, which apparently the lower it is, the worse it is, right? The more contagious it is, because usually a negative detection is something above a CT value of 35, 32 in some places, or 40 in some places. We had 15 or 16, right?
Yeah, I have 15, yours is 16.
Yeah, which apparently that's really, really contagious and really bad. Yeah. So we had Friday night, we got the positive results. I texted my whole office. They went to go check it out. You told everybody, and then Saturday, we were like, it was terrible because Saturday we were freaking out, like trying to figure out what do we do. We had family, friends that led us to a hospital, so we went to a hospital, got some blood drawn, got some CT scans, and then that was it because then Jeanne has insurance. I do not. She and her family already checked into Mayapada Hospital in Lebak Bulus,
And so Saturday night she also went. And that was the beginning of 3 weeks of self-isolation.
For you?
For me.
Yeah.
Not for her. She was
for
eating...
me, it was like staycation in a hospital.
For 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks.
Eating hospital food.
No, I don't like the hospital food. But yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So starting Saturday. So it was, we were thinking... So again, when I say Sunday, we were thinking that's when everybody got it. Because everybody that got it, we're all together, right? And then Saturday went to the hospital. And then they just put you on a bunch of IVs and vitamins. And I also got sent some great things from some families, some medication, some vitamins, and
lots and lots of food.
Lots of food.
Yes.
And
thank you for that.
Yes. We're gonna special thanks individual people after this, but really the past those 3 weeks, baby, talk to me about how it was in that hospital.
It was really hard for me because yeah, Josh was alone at home, so I keep thinking about that every single day. And then like I want to go home because I want to accompany him, but at the same time I want to get well as well. And my doctor told me I'm not supposed to go home until I'm negative twice. I have 2 negative tests,
yeah.
right? So yeah, it was really hard. So, and to see my dad and my younger brother leave the hospital earlier, it was hard as well. Although I'm happy because
yeah.
my dad, he's way older, right? Like
yeah.
he's the oldest amongst us all.
Yeah.
So I was really scared for him as well. I'm happy that he was okay first, but at the same time, like I want to go home, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was hard. It was hard to not sleep with you.
I know, right? And for me, on the other hand, and
yeah.
like, because I was all alone, and I think for some of our other friends who did the self-isolation, I think it was just harder for me. I don't know, like it was just tough. And mostly, and I shared this with you a few days ago, but mostly what was tough was because this was like a life-death situation, right? Even though that's kind of crazy, and I didn't have to be that labai, but like one of the, I was mostly an asymptomatic person, meaning I didn't really have that many symptoms. I had like a 2-day fever,
yeah.
and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But on that Wednesday before we tested positive, you started experiencing
yeah.
harder breathing,
yeah.
right? And okay, we're like whatever, like it'll be fine. But then like when you went to the hospital, it started getting worse.
Yeah.
Right? Can you share about that?
So yeah, it started on, I think I started feeling it on Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. So on Saturday, which is when I checked into my Apada as well, because I really feel like, hey baby, I really feel like I need to go to the hospital because of that. And then once I got to the hospital, like it's so weird because my oxygen level is good and my thorax scan is good as well. The first thorax scan, like there's nothing on my lungs, right? There's no like the white thing or whatever it is they call it. Yeah. So it's weird, but I still have a hard time breathing, right? And then after a few days, because I kept telling the doctor I'm really having a hard time breathing, so afterwards they sent me to get another thorax scan, and then they said there is actually something, but yeah, I don't understand why it's like that. And then from then it got as low as just like 94%, my oxygen level, I mean. But it's not as bad as other people, but it really, I don't know, maybe because I never had an asthma before, so it feels very scary for me.
And then eventually they had to put you on oxygen, right?
Yeah.
And so that, I think that was the hardest for me because, again, like you hear people dying from this, right? We've had some family members and close people that have passed away from this, and like seeing you, like we video called, right? We video called and we called, and there's one video call where you showed me that, hey, I mean, I love like your positive attitude, and like that's actually one of the reasons why I do love you. But and that I think was what kept me going. But there was that one video call where you had that on, and I tried to just be okay, but after we ended that call, like I lost it because, and I don't know why, like it was just weird because we've just been married, like we got married like a month before that, and all of a sudden we're forced to separate for 3 weeks. But like this wasn't like a vacation or whatever, like this was fighting for life kind of thing, right? And
again, yes, people told me like it's not that bad, but still, like mentally or psychologically, for me, it just was hard because like.
Because we think of each other. That's
I know,
why.
right? And I did really like, baby. I was like, oh my god. And then my mind started going to random places, like, oh my gosh, what if she dies? What if I die? Like, it was. I think, and that was the hardest part of this past 3 weeks. It wasn't for me. It wasn't the separation. It was just that battle, like yeah. And I mean, I do care about you a lot, and I missed you a lot, and.
Me too.
Thankfully, 3 weeks after we were separated, she finally got her 2 negative tests.
Yes.
And was able to come home. And here we are. It's now 1 week since then. We took this week just as an extra precaution to kind of just readjust. And, you know, they say that after you tested negative, you're still prone to get the virus. So kind of just took some time off. We did some work from home. But here we are. And now, mostly, we just want to thank those people that helped us get this far.
Yeah.
At least from my side, I want to thank my Uncle Hario and Aunt Ayu, who sent us vitamins and food and medication. Mm-hmm. I want to thank people from my office, Coaching Indonesia, Mbak Lina, Mbak Dita, Mila, Mbak Mutia, Mas Al, everybody that like sent me things and sent me support. I remember just a few days after I was tested positive, they gathered and they just sent me well wishes, and throughout the whole time they sent me great things. And so thanking our friends, I remember Saturday when we tested positive, we like called our closest friends, and we called 2 of our friends who have had the virus before. We're like, yo, what do we do? One of our friends, Ronnie, he's like, exercise, just think positive. And another one was like, yeah, I had the hard of breathing too. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But anyways, those guys, I want to thank also our family as well. Just everybody who prayed for us, everybody who like thought about us, every text, everybody that was just like sending us their best wishes, everybody from church, from TC, pastors and friends. And so that's from my side. I mean, who do you want to thank, baby?
I want to thank, other than the people that have been sending me stuff, of course, I love you guys. Thank you for that. I also want to thank the people that was not overreacting or like being paranoid being around us. So I think it really helped after we tell them and like, hey, it's fine. You know, like there's only positive words from them. I think it really helped.
Yeah. And again, it's totally acceptable. Like this time is a difficult time, and people are, I don't want to say paranoid. I mean, some people are paranoid, but then some people are just more cautious, right? But we had those close friends who were just supportive, and I remember at the beginning, you know, like Ronnie and told me like, you just got to stay positive, right? And for me, that's when I'm fighting a mental battle, like that was super hard to like stay positive.
I think I want to give a special thanks to Bro Phil, actually, because he's like the most paranoid one amongst all of our friends. Like he's the most cautious one for COVID. But when he found out, when I told him that, hey, I think I have the COVID, because after we tell him about the results, right? Like he was not angry about me going to the office when I was just feeling like as if it was masuk angin, right? And he was never like, hey, you're stupid, or you know, like there's no, he wasn't angry or anything. He's just like, hey, you know what, you need to rest, don't think about work, let us all like let the team help you with work. Which I really like that, even though it's kind of hard to let go of my work.
But same, baby.
I really I love you guys.
And also Bro Phil and Ian, my bros, they helped me, they supported me, they always checked in on me. Just people always checking and sending that positivity, and I think that really did help, because this is not something you want to go through alone, right? Especially stuff like this. And even now afterwards, like still we don't have to be alone, there's still people around us. But I mean, I remember you talking about Phil and work, like my work too, like I told them like, hey guys, how can I still participate? And they're like, no, you just rest. And I was like,
that happened to me
guys.
too. But
I think that was hard. That was hard, because we're both like active people, right? We want to do work, we want to do things. But anyways,
because of that, because there's no work, there's nothing, and because of the hard time breathing, and because of my dad leaving first with my younger brother, so I started following their strategy, right? Which is to just eat and sleep, eat and sleep, eat and sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then I get to come home.
Yes.
But
it worked.
I gain a lot of weight.
The point is, yes, this is a terrible pandemic and nobody is excluded from it, but if it does happen or you are around someone that gets it, like don't think you have to face it alone. There are people, and I think that's a really important part in just life, is to go through life with people, especially through the challenges and tough times. So if you're watching this, if you are those people that helped us, thank you. And if you are still going through, not even the virus thing, but just, we're coming up on a year. We're coming up on a year of this whole lockdown and virus thing. And so if you feel lonely, if you just want to talk to someone, you guys can always reach out to us or just reach out to somebody. But you guys aren't alone. We're not alone. And we're still here. We're still kicking. We're not dead. We're powering through. And yeah, thanks for watching so far. And we'll see you guys. Definitely contact us. Shout us out if you have any questions. This was our, hey, we got COVID, but we're not dead. By the way, they said our blood is stronger now.
Yeah. I did. I signed up for that.
Oh, you did?
I did.
So if anybody needs our blood, you guys will let us know.
But my blood will be at Mayapada.
Oh, okay. Mine will be here in my body. We're survivors now, guys. Honestly, what a terrible, terrible experience this was. So glad to have come through it. We're going back to the office tomorrow. Thanks to our friends who are allowing us to come back to the office tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you to my office mates.
And my office mates and family and friends. Love you guys so much. We'll see you at the next episode. Peace.
Bye-bye.